Greetings, YouTubians. Welcome to this edition of Chopping Veggies, and let's have a serious talk about an issue that doesn't really, put it this way, I don't suffer much from it, but I know where my place is. I want to talk about PTSD, because I'm in a relaxed state right now. PTSD is not a good thing, and I can tell you PTSD can be a maker where you can learn from a lesson, or a breaker where you have to learn a lesson. Because I know plenty of guys that suffer from it. I might have just a little bit of it, but the thing is, I know how to block out certain things that are negative. And it's never a good thing to carry excess baggage on you. And I know that a lot of times, this is cabbage, like cabbage. A lot of times people just they make up their own conclusions. Like some of these Gen Zers, they don't understand about PTSD. All they understand is about burying their faces in their iPhone or whatever. And they can make assumptions like you don't know what you're talking about, or you're delusional. And, when they say stuff like that, and I just look at them and I just say to myself, how ignorant can a person actually get? You assume that you know somebody. I mean, what? You weren't born in the 80s. You weren't born in the 90s. You have no idea how old I am. But I could take a guess how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're 21, 18, 16. When they make statements such as, you don't know what you're talking about. And then it's like, okay, so you're always right? I go, you've never lived life unless you've experienced life. And, it's bad enough for most of these veterans. I got a friend who was in the Marine Corps. And basically, he still suffers from little post-traumatic. I'm not going to say his name, but he really does a good job raising his son, being a single parent. But the thing is, with something like that, he did something, I would say, about 10, 15 years ago when he was in, sergeant. I'm proud of him, still proud of him, but he should have told me when he got out because I had no clue. So anyhow, long story short, they were training these so-called detainees, who said they wanted to fight on the side of America. And let's see, there was like 15, I think they were. Because I remember he called me from a satellite phone, and I reminded him, wear two vests, dude. Wear two bulletproof vests. Trust me. Because something don't seem right. And he said that he had the same feeling. So, what's going on? I'm still chopping. Yeah, so what happened was, the training started off pretty good, even though myself, I would have never trusted guys like that. Let's see, is there anything else? No, not now. I'll just get the cauliflower out later. So anyhow, the training started going okay. Then all of a sudden, right when they least expected. Now granted, this is about 15 or 20 guys, and they opened fire and started shooting at Marines, and they hit 2. But yet my friend, he killed at least 3 of those guys because they were firing at him, and one of the squad members had told him that, you're a fucking animal. And when that happened right there, this guy, he just totally sunk down inside himself. And, he told me about it. And I told him, I go, just shrug it off because, basically, it's obviously you saved your squad members from getting killed. And, that doesn't make you a hero. That just makes you more aware of what the hell's going on. So the point is that he lived with that burden for like 7 years. And then when he got out the Marine Corps, he was a lot different, and I'm not going to go into details of what he did, but There are four things that you never do when somebody comes back from a deployment. Four things. One, do not grill them and try to play the big brother role. Because number one, they're already processing shit being out of the service, Doesn't matter, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, Coast Guard, hell, even SpaceX. So, number one, do not try to play the big brother role because number one, they will not acknowledge you. They'll know who you are, but they will not acknowledge you. Rule number two, never ask them what was it like in that section. It doesn't matter if it was Iraq, Afghanistan, Kandahar, Qatar, or wherever. It doesn't matter. Or worse, Somalia. Never grill them on why or how or whatever happened over there, man. Talk to me. No, because they will not. They will shut down. They will ignore it. And basically, it could be met two ways. One, I don't want to talk about it. Two, I can't afford to lose sleep over it. And three, stop pressing me, man. Those are the three things that they will say. Don't talk about it, won't lose sleep about it, and don't press me. That's three. Four, and this is pretty much, I should have put this at number one. Do not offer to take them to a gun range to fire off rounds, because you never know what would happen. See, I know not to make that mistake with people because, number one, I understand why things like that happen. Nothing, just like with Chris Kyle. I'm pretty sure he was a nice guy, but it was his mistake was taking that Marine to the gun range knowing that he had little tics and little PTSD tics that would do that. See, me, it's pretty simple because I can just block shit out. But the thing is, there's one thing that I do not like, and I hate this. I don't like it when people raise their voice above a whisper, yelling at me, threatening me, because there was a time, maybe 3 years ago, that I could have shut this one person down. I could have. But I chose to ignore it. Because number one, I do not identify them as a drill instructor. And two, I don't identify their voice as being an authority voice. I view them as a voice that is talking so much crap that they have no idea how much shit they're in at the moment. If you decide to let loose. And I'm not just talking. Because once you get fed up, you're fed up. And basically, it's called the point of no return. The person could either keep yapping and talking and trying to start shit, or they could just walk away and save their own life. Because the more crap a person talks, the more weakness they show. If they say, I'm going to kick your ass, fuck you, kiss my ass, you're all that. And, it's just not a good thing. It's not a good thing. It never is a good thing. So the best thing to do is just walk away from the situation and don't even insert yourself. If they call you a coward, okay, fine, I'm a coward. Are you chicken? Buck, buck. Yep, I am chicken. I'm scared of what I would do to you. Because you never know what's brewing up inside a person. So all those people that talk crap and talk trash, you're only exposing weakness to a person who's living the quiet life. Because, they can end you just like that. Now, fourth and final reason. Anything you ask them. Now, this is good. If they're silent, if they've been silent for a couple of days, the best thing for you to do is just, say, hey, how you doing? And it's like, and if they say, I'm doing fine. Okay. You want to go out to lunch? You want to, anything, ice cream, anything but a gun range. Do not take them to a gun range. Do not. Because they've had their hands on enough weapons. I know that's going back to number 3. Oh, how about that? It's Gunny. Trey57's texting me. He's cool. I love him. But I call him Gunny. I do, you don't. So, anyhow, take them any place. Ice cream. I don't care. Outback Steakhouse. Get them some chow inside them. That way they can really, really get back to civilization, and and know that people can respect them, because we got enough problems with veterans out here. I recently have a friend, a veteran who's on the street. His name is Keith, Staff Sergeant Keith. I just met the guy. He's cool. I helped him out, little change, and get him something to eat. But the thing is, the guy is very focused, very positive to get out of the situation that he's in. And I'm glad to help the guy. And hopefully I'll do a video and it'll show. I'll show you who the guy is. He's really got good charisma. He's been out of the Marine Corps for 8 years, or actually 6 years. I'm not sure. But the thing is, he looks at things positive. He goes to the VA regularly. But all I ask is just don't start any trouble with the guy, because number one, I know for a fact that it's hard. And it's bad enough this last administration, not to go politics, but, because I don't like politics. It's hard on veterans. It's very hard on veterans. And anything anybody can do to help. One thing you could do is show respect. Show respect. And that's it. But anyhow, getting back to me, I do not like when people yell loud noises at me. Because one thing I'll do is I'll turn my back on them and I will walk away from them. Because, basically if a drill instructor does it, they can get away with it. Because number one, oh, there you go. Another one. When people yell, they irritate a central lobe back there and it starts shaking. And your hands start shaking because that happens. And then people are like, yeah, look at that. He's scared. No, that's called adrenaline building up to detonation. And you have no idea what planet you're going to be on as soon as that person detonates. So, people out there that disrespect veterans or don't like the military, you better take a second look. These men and women have fought for their lives. They risked their lives, put everything on hold, kept their family on hold, just so people can have simple freedoms like Gen Z, freedom to look on their phones and diddle, finger fuck my phone, everywhere they go. They don't understand anything. And you know what? What I would do, if they claim like I don't know what I'm talking about, I'll say, okay, next time you get in trouble, you figure out how to handle it. That's it. Because if something happens to them, it's not my concern. They'll just be on their phone playing Pokeballs and whatever. So, people, respect the veterans. The ones you see on the street, show them a little respect, or even tell them thank you for your service, That's all you have to do. Because, number one, they risked a lot. And people, don't be too quick to judge them just because they come up to you or they're sitting outside a Walmart or a grocery store or whatever. But all I'm saying is that just show the proper respect that they would show you. And I think I chopped up my vegetables here. This is going to be good. I'm substituting for rice because I'm trying to lower blood sugar, so I'm good. I'm happy, and I'm alive. So take care of yourselves. Be safe. I love y'all.